Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to code the sign up page. So the main page of our website is done. This is the website that we've been working so far. It is done. But when we click on the sign up, it doesn't redirect to the sign up page. But if in our final application we click on the sign up page, it does redirect to that sign up page. So let's go ahead and let's implement this functionality first. So this page is done, this index.html, and as you can see here, it says signup.html. So the sign up page, it has a complete HTML file. It has a separate HTML file. Go ahead and double click on it. It is going to open this up. We are going to generate a basic boilerplate. And in here, I'm just going to say sign up. There we go. Now I'm going to insert our files in that order that we had in our first index.html page. So we have the font awesome link, we have the Google Fonts link, and then we have the style sheet. Now the reason that the style sheet is at the bottom is because we want all these other links to render, and then we want our styles to basically apply. So if we want our styles to be applied on the Google Fonts, first we need to insert the Google Fonts, and then we can insert style. If the Google Fonts, they're not inserted, we cannot apply styles on those. So first let's implement that redirect functionality. So within the header, go to that registration part. Within the registration, we can see that this is the sign up button, and it redirects to the same page. Now in this href, we are going to write the name and the path, or the path to that sign up page, because both of these are within the same directory. So the only thing you have to do is just write the name. So signup.html, just sign_up.html, and we are going to save that. Let's come back to our original page. So now if I click on it, it is going to redirect us to this sign up page. It is empty currently, but we are going to apply styles. We're going to insert content, and then apply styles. So what do we want to do here? Now, let's take a look at our completed sign up page. So right away, we can see that this page is divided into two sections. We have the forum section, and we have this bright section, which I've called it extra information. So I'm going to provide one container for this form, and the other container is going to be for this extra info. So first I'm going to create a main element. So this is the main element. The main element is going to have an ID of sign-up-container. So this is the sign up container. Now the way that I'm going to provide classes for the subsequent children is going to be that I'm not going to include the sign up container name. So usually that's exactly what I've done. So for example, I've specified main header. Then for the logo, it was main header logo. And for the nav, it was main header nav. And for the links, main header nav links. But because this name is too long, sign up container, I'm not going to do that. You could go ahead and do that, but I'm not going to do it because the name is long. I don't want to end up with like really large class names. And the other reason is that I'm just going to name this section. So I'm going to create a section, and I'm going to name the name of the class is going to be sign-up. So this basically, it conveys the point of what it is that I'm actually trying to do. So if I were to write sign up container and then __ sign up, it's like repetitive words, sign up and then sign up. So basically I just got rid of the first part. So this is our first section. This is going to be the container for the form, and then we have the extra info section, for which we have a section with a class of extra-info. Save that. So what is it that we are going to have within the form? So within the form, we are going to have this title, which is going to say thread, which is the basically the logo of our website, and then we have the form. So I've divided this title. I've divided this part into two parts. The first part is the logo, and then we have all of this information. So within here, I'm going to say logo. So we have our logo, and I'm going to just go ahead because I'm going to be providing the styles within our regular or main style.css file. The reason that I'm doing that is I don't want to create all of these general styles that I've created here, all of these utility components. I don't want to create all of these again in another file. So we will be styling the sign up page within the style.css, within the main CSS file. Because I want to grab all of these styles, I want to be able to select all of them without creating a new file. So we have actually, if I come back, we have actually designed or styled our logo. The only thing that I need to grab is actually the class or the ID for that logo. So the logo, if I just take a look at it in our header, you can see that it is a div with a class of main header logo, and there is an h2 there that says thread. I'm basically going to copy that, and I'm going to paste that here, and I'm going to save it. So if I come here, you can see that all these styles that are applied. So I don't have to repeat the styles that I've already created. That's what I was trying to say. So the reason that these styles are being applied is because we're using the same CSS file. So within the sign up, we have the same CSS file. It is style.css. So for the form, we are going to have a form, of course. So what do we have here? First, let me create this form element. Let's get rid of the action. I'm going to provide a class. The class is going to be sign dash up. This is going to be underscore form. There we go. And first off, we are going to have our the title of the form, which is going to be I'm just going to call it h3. I could give it a class. That is the best practice. So I'm going to say sign up form dash title. So what is the title? Title is going to say create your thread account. There we go. And then we are going to have the name field. Let's save that. Let's take a look at that here. Because we are using the same HTML, the same CSS file, you can see that there are some styles which are default, which are applied by default because we have already coded those styles within our CSS file. So within the name field, what do we have? Let's get back to our original page. Let's go to sign up. So within the name, we have some sort of label, and then we have an input. Now this is an input. It is styled differently, but it nonetheless is an input. So I'm going to create a label. The label is going to be for name, and I'm going to write here your name. Okay. And then we are going to have an input. The input type is going to be text, and the placeholder is going to be my name, Muslim Hilali. There we go. And I think that's it. So where is the field set? Well, I actually forgot to provide the field set. The field set is going to have a class, actually a couple of classes. So the first class is going to be sign up form. Let me just copy paste that there. It's going to be name dash field. So this is the name field. Now, because we are going to have multiple field names, field sets, so this is the first one, and then the second one, and the third one. The thing about them, if you pay close attention, is that the styles for all three of them is the same. So I'm going to provide a shared class as well in case we are going to style them in a similar manner, which we are, but they're going to have their unique class names as well, in case you want to style one of them differently. So I'm just going to say field set. Field set. There we go. So this is the name field. I think we are done with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it down below, and we are going to go step by step. So for the second one, we are going to have the email field. It is going to be email right here as well. Let me just say email. So it's going to be sign up form email field. Field set is the shared class. Type is email. It's going to say your email or just email. I'm just going to say email. The type for email, the type is also going to be email. Placeholder, I'm going to say EL, evaluative learning, at el.cool. There we go. So this is the email placeholder. Let's save that. Let's take a look at our changes. Okay, where are they? Save everything. There we go. So here is our field sets. Here are our field sets. Here are our input names, labels, and all of the info that we have inserted. Now, there is actually an issue there. And the issue is that these labels and inputs, they should be within the field set. They should not be outside of it. Because field set, it acts as a container. In other words, if we provide them outside the field set, we will have no use for the field set. I mean, like, we shouldn't use it at all. And then it is going to be very difficult positioning all the elements. So for the final one, we are going to have, it's not going to be the final field set, but it's going to be the final input type. No, not even the final input type, because we do have a checkbox, because technically checkboxes are also input types. So we have the name, the email. The next one is going to be password. So I'm going to select all the instances of email and I'm going to say password. So this is going to be password as well. Uppercase the P. I think that's it. For placeholder, I'm going to say at least 8 characters. There we go. So we have label, we have input, password field. Let's save that. Let's take a look at it. So here is the password. Let's move on. The next one is going to be the terms field. So we have some sort of a checkbox here, and then we have some sort of a paragraph here. But keep in mind that this terms and conditions, it is a link. So we need to provide an anchor element within our paragraph. So I'm going to create another field set. Let me just copy paste that. It's going to be, I'm going to call it terms field. And it is going to be terms right here as well. Terms field. So the input is going to have, let me just get rid of these two. The input is going to be type of checkbox. And then we are going to have a paragraph. So the paragraph is not going to have any class. I'm not going to provide it. I'm going to say by creating an account, C, on thread. Come on, buddy. On thread. Why do I do that? You agree to the, and then I'm going to provide an anchor element, which is not going to go anywhere, which technically it has to go to the page where you have your terms and conditions for this website. You agree to terms and conditions. There we go. Save that. So this is going to be a link. That's why the style is different. So we are done with this one. Now let's take a look at what we have next. Next up, we have the submit button. So outside the input field, I'm going to say submit. And I'm going to create an input with the type of submit. The value is going to be create thread account. There we go. And finally, we have, for people who have created their account, who already have an account, we are going to create a sign in anchor. Now this doesn't lead to anywhere. You could go ahead and you could create the sign in page for this one as well. But in case you do go ahead and you do that, that sign in page should be activated from here as well. So when you click this sign in button, it has to go to that page. And when you click this sign in, it has to, both of these sign ins, they have to go to the same page. That is the only thing that you need to keep in mind. All of these are going to be contained within the form. So I'm going to say sign in. I always say sing in. Sign in. and it is going to be a paragraph. So the paragraph is going to have a class of, I'm going to give it a class of sign dash up underscore underscore form dash dash sign in para. There we go. And we are going to say already have an account, already have, and it is a questionnaire. So it's like a question that you're asking. Already have an account. Then if you have an account, you should click on this sign in. Sign in, don't sign up. Sign in. Let's save that. Let's take a look at it. So here is our markup. We are done with one part of the markup. The next part is going to be this extra information. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's dive into that. So within the extra information, we have two sections. One is going to be the image, and the other one is going to be the content. So for the image, I'm going to provide the image within a div. The reason that we provide images in a div is because it is easier to actually move around that image and to provide dimensions for that image. It's actually easier if it is contained within a div. So the div is going to have a class of extra info underscore underscore img. That's going to be an image element. Let's go into images folder. And here is the sign up image. I'm just going to say sign up. So that part is done. The next part is, where is it? Is the content. So what do we have within the content? Within the content, we have some sort of a title, and then we have a paragraph. So there are two things. So I'm going to say extra dash info dash dash content. Within here, I'm going to have an h2, which is going to have the content title class. Dash dash title. It's going to say unparalleled, paralleled. I think there is an LE missing. There we go. Paralleled. Is it parallel? Is double E coming here, or double L, or coming at the end? I'm not sure. You could go ahead and check the spelling. Unparalleled templates, and then we have the paragraph, which is going to have a class of para. This is going to be like lorem, I don't know, like 8, something like that. Save that. Let's come here. So here is all the info that we have. This is the image, don't worry about that. And here is our content. So with this, our lecture comes to an end. We have coded the sign up page. The only thing remaining, of course, is actually styling the sign-up page. And with the styling of the sign-up page, our entire project is going to come to an end. So see you in the next one.